At the time I'm recording this, the Champions League knockouts start in literally 2 days. So today I'm going to be predicting all 8 round of 16 matchups in the Champions League. Before I get into the video, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're trying to hit 9,000 subscribers. But anyway, let's start off with Galatasaray versus Liverpool. Galatasaray made it to the round of 16 by beating Juventus 7-5 on aggregate, while Liverpool finished in 3rd place in the group stage. In my opinion, there is no way Galatasaray make it through. Yes, I know Liverpool did just lose to Wolves a few days ago, but this is a level of the Premier League situation. I think the Premier League is most definitely the best league in the world, and Liverpool are one of the best teams in the Premier League. Galatasaray in both legs against Juventus did not look very good. I think Juventus literally pressed the self-destruct button in both legs and made Galatasaray look way better than they actually are. I think in Turkey, this will be a very close game, but I think Liverpool can still win in Turkey. I'm going to go Liverpool to win 6-2 on aggregate. And even if they play like Juventus did, they should still win because they have a lot more quality. The second game is Newcastle United versus Barcelona. Now, Newcastle United are not doing very good in the Premier League. They are like 12th place right now. Despite them beating Manchester United a few weeks ago, they've still not been good in the Prem. Although Barcelona are 1st place in La Liga, their high line has been exposed in multiple games. Newcastle made it to this round by absolutely destroying Qarabag in the playoff round. I could see this game being a high-scoring game because Barcelona are a high-scoring team, but I think Newcastle can also score a lot of goals against them because of Barcelona's high line. I think Barcelona will win 5-3 on aggregate. The next game is Atletico Madrid versus Tottenham Hotspur, and this game is actually really interesting in my opinion. I'm obviously going to be cheering against Tottenham Hotspur because I'm an Arsenal fan, but I wouldn't rule them out completely, and here's why. I know they're doing absolutely terrible in the Premier League. Yes, Atleti are definitely the favorites on paper. I mean, a few weeks ago they destroyed Barcelona, and their team is just a whole lot stronger on paper, but Atletico Madrid are just so inconsistent. And what I've noticed about them is that their home form is really, really good, but their away form is really shaky. It's really up and down at times. For example, after destroying Barcelona 4-0 in the Copa del Rey, they go and lose 3-0 to Rayo Vallecano. And then in the away leg against Barcelona, they almost blew it. They lost 3-0. And if you actually look at their home form versus their away form in La Liga, their home form is miles better. I think in Spain, Atletico will absolutely dominate Tottenham. I think it will be 4-1. I'm not even joking. But in London, I think that Tottenham win 3-1. But I do think that Atleti will win 5-4 on aggregate, but it's going to be a lot closer than what people think. The next game is Atalanta versus Bayern Munich. Now, Bayern Munich don't need any explanation. They are one of the favorites to win the Champions League. They finished 2nd place right behind Arsenal in the league phase. They have probably the best attacking trio we've seen in a few years with Kane, Olise, and of course Luis Diaz. But the only thing I question about Bayern Munich is their defense. While Atalanta, they made it here because they came back brilliantly against Borussia Dortmund, so they've already beaten a German giant. Now, at the time of this recording, they are 7th in Serie A, so they're not as high as they probably would have liked in their domestic league, but they're doing pretty good in Europe. I mean, hey, in Bergamo, they beat Chelsea 2-1. Yes, Atalanta beat a German side in Borussia Dortmund, but Bayern is just a different level than Dortmund, and I think that this could be demolition. I'm gonna go 6-2 on aggregate to Bayern Munich. The next game is Bayer Leverkusen versus Arsenal. Now, Bayer Leverkusen's home form is actually pretty good. They are like 6th place in the Bundesliga or something, but come on, I don't think they're going to be causing any sort of an upset to Arsenal. I mean, Arsenal are literally 1st place in the Premier League, 7 points above Manchester City at this current moment. They're still alive in every single competition, and their squad has just so much more depth than Leverkusen's. I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. I'm going to say 2-0 to Arsenal both legs. So 4-0 on aggregate. There are 3 games left we're going to talk about, and these 3 are probably the most interesting. Real Madrid versus Manchester City again. These teams have played each other so many times in Europe over the past few years, I've lost count. But I think both teams definitely have their weaknesses. But honestly, I feel like that this game just has to go Man City's way. I just don't trust Real Madrid. I don't trust their defense, first of all. I think there are too many egos in that squad with Vinicius and Bellingham and Mbappe. And then their manager, I don't feel like he's a leader. I think he's just there to be there. I mean, I don't really know what's happening. So yeah, even though they are arguably the best team in the world on paper, I just don't trust them. They are second in La Liga, and I'm pretty sure they just lost to like Osasuna or someone. While Manchester City, they are second place in the Premier League. They just tied with Nottingham Forest, but yesterday, they just dominated Newcastle United in the FA Cup. So even though Manchester City at times, they will draw games, lose games, but they will bounce back brilliantly. And I think they have the better defense than Real Madrid, and arguably a better attack, because Antoine Semenyo has been arguably the best player in the Premier League this season. And Erling Haaland's always up for it. Haaland versus Mbappe. We're going to see that in the World Cup. We're going to see it here. I think that Manchester City are going to win 4-2 on aggregate. I think it's going to be 2-1, both home and away. Next up is Paris Saint-Germain versus Chelsea. Now, honestly, I've been losing faith in both of these teams as the season's been progressing, but more so in PSG, because even though PSG are top of the league, they have not looked good, if that makes any sense. And getting to this game against Chelsea, they barely snuck past Monaco. I thought Monaco was going to go through for a split second there. And they just lost to Monaco in the league. PSG have not been very good. I mean, Chelsea have looked better, especially under Rossinha, their new head coach. They just beat Aston Villa 4-1, who are in the top 6 in the Premier League, even though they've been falling off. But honestly, I think that Chelsea have this game in the bag. I just think that Chelsea are the better team right now. I think it's going to be 1-1 in Paris, but I think that Chelsea will win 2-0 in London and win 3-1 on aggregate against PSG. And last but not least, we have Bodo Glimt versus Sporting. Lots of people have been ruling out Sporting, but don't rule them out. They finished 7th place in the league standings, even above Manchester City. I tell you, watch out for Luis Suarez. No, not that Luis Suarez, this Luis Suarez, the Colombian. He scored a crazy amount of goals this season for Sporting, and honestly, I think that Sporting might win this game. It's going to be very hard going to Norway, playing on the AstroTurf. In Norway, Bodo Glimt will win 2-1, but Sporting will win 3-1 in Portugal, and they will win 4-3 on aggregate. But that's it. Those are my round of 16 predictions for the Champions League this season. As always, give me your predictions in the comments section below. And anyway, I'll see you guys next time.